So I think in order to win in life, you have to be disciplined and you have to want what you're going after. You have to have clear goals. And most importantly, you can't let things get in your way. People are going to try to talk you out of your aspirations and your dreams, but you have to stay committed. There's going to be days when you don't want to do much. And yeah, you could say like you need to push through that, but sometimes you also need to take a break. And I think winning on life in life is a matter of knowing what you want and going after it. I think also too winning in life is doing what you want to do, creating a life that you want. Ed Milet once said it's keeping the promises to yourself. So if you say you're going to start a business, you start a business. Relationships are a big part of it too. The saying is true that you are who you surround yourself with, and that's easier said than done, but we can make an honest effort to put ourselves in the right positions. That just means identifying the people that you aspire to be and consuming their content regularly. You're putting yourself around them as much as possible. There's a famous quote, and I'm going to butcher this, but the guy stood on the shoulders of giants. I don't know if that was Einstein or who, but when you are around other people who are thinking bigger than you, as an example, you can't help but absorb their knowledge. Everything that I have learned was because I took the time to either read the book or watch the podcast or listen to the podcast or watch the video. It was a constant effort of trying to see where they're coming from. If you're constantly hanging around people who are not thinking big and stuff like that, it it's going to rub off on you, and it really affects your life, and it can take you down roads that you don't want to go. So it's really important to constantly be around positive people, as an example. Being around positive people constantly provides that support that you need. It's essential and it's encouraging. Strong social connections contribute significantly to overall happiness and fulfillment. So surround yourself with positive influences who inspire you to grow and succeed. There's another guy who famously said, I think his name is Sahil Bloom, but he says people are either pushing you forward or pulling you back. There's no in between. And there's a lot of truth in that. And it really helps me in my life to identify that sort of person. And also, too, I've had to learn the hard way. I've gone so low in my life where I realized that it wasn't so much me as it was the people around me. And sometimes people just don't want the best for you and they're going to pull you down. And it's as simple as that. I think the next biggest thing is gratitude. Being able to practice gratitude even when you don't feel like, even when all hope is lost and there's absolutely no reason to be thankful in the moment. Gratitude has got me through some serious stuff, and it's got me out of homelessness. It's allowed me to build those relationships again. It's allowed me to realize that there aren't a lot of people that are grateful for even the simplest things in life. But every morning I try to wake up and practice gratitude. Even before I go to bed, it helps me fall asleep. But I try to list as many things that I'm grateful for as I can in my head, of course, while I'm laying in bed. And that's been a really good habit for me, a really good practice. I don't so much keep a actual gratitude list. I used to, though. About 5 or so years ago, I used to every day wake up and write a list, and maybe I should get back into that. But either way, it's a good practice to list out gratitude either in your head or on paper or in a database or a journal. The saying is, what you appreciate appreciates. And it's true. It's been true for me. I can't fully describe exactly how gratitude has played a role or like how it works its magic. I can tell you, though, it's worked in mysterious ways. From the little breaks in life that I get that gets me ahead a little bit further, to being grateful for the people in front of me, to the opportunities that occur. It's all because I have a habit of gratitude. Like, I wouldn't be in this position right now if I wasn't grateful. I'm always grateful for the water from the shower. I'm always grateful for my toothbrush to be charged using electricity. I'm grateful for my shaver to be electric and have an electrical outlet to power that shaver. So it's like the simplest things every day. I'm grateful for my bed, no matter how big, no matter how small, no matter what it looks like. I'm always grateful. And I feel like one day when I do become wealthy in my own eyes, I'll look back and I'll see all of the success that I've achieved for myself, and how I'll always remember when I was homeless, when I didn't have much, and how good that water feels down my face. And it's always interesting to look back and see how far you've come. And I think that's remembrance, remembering how you got to where you are, and you just keep up that gratitude, and great things will happen for you. I know they have in my life. So, the other way to win in life, and this is called the growth mindset. I'm just kind of looking here on Perplexity to kind of jog my memory a little bit. I'm not the best, but a growth mindset, I guess, is popularized by psychologist Carol Dweck, sorry. It's the belief that abilities and intelligence can be developed through dedication and hard work. So, embracing this mindset can transform how you approach challenges and setbacks. So, I think this is great. It's talking about reframing negative thoughts. And that's something I'm working very, very hard on right now. It's like my homework, where I'm constantly taking the views that I have towards myself and reframing them more positively. I didn't realize how bad I was talking about myself, which sounds kind of silly, but it's true. You have to start like talking good to yourself, and get that out of your system. It's important here to embrace new challenges that push your limits. I know that I certainly have in my own life, and I've undergone some serious challenges, and I've been able to get out of my comfort zone for sure. And yeah, this is a wonderful thing. It says celebrate your effort versus your outcome. Focus on the effort you put in rather than just the results, acknowledging your hard work regardless of whatever you achieved. This is wonderful because it's something that I'm actively working on right now in my life. And it's the fact that, like, I feel like a fraud. Like, money's starting to come in, you know, and I'm so used to the habit or the grind, as you could say, that I forget about the effort that I put into all the sacrifices that have gone into this. And it's like it's surreal. It's like I can't believe I deserve this. And so I have to like back up a little bit and realize like, no, Carl, you do deserve this. Like, you sacrificed a lot to get to where you're at. And I think that's a beautiful statement, is to acknowledge your effort that you have put in, especially over the years. For me, it was about since 2020, I just nonstop trying to work for myself. And it's like now I'm like, I can't believe I just can't believe it. And so I've been learning a lot about the imposter syndrome lately, but I have to remember too that it's the growth mindset that I've had over the years that has allowed me to push through those obstacles. And it's taking a moment to pause and recognize the effort that I put into all of this, because it was a lot. Like I said, I sacrificed everything and I lost a lot. And it's hard for me to appreciate those wins. Like, you know, so for me, it's never enough. It's never enough. No matter how much money I'm going to make, it's never going to be enough. I know that because I've been dirt poor. And what I can say though is what I do remember most is not so much like all the money. It's all the hard work and putting in that effort year over year, day after day. It's like that's what I appreciate. It's a muscle, and that, like, money comes and goes, but it's like once you have those skills, once you have this or that, it's easy to feel like a fraud. But the truth is you learned and developed skills. And so I think that's where that growth mindset comes in, is like, no matter how much you earn, you're still growing. And I think a lot of people, you see it all the time with Mark Zuckerberg and all of these other leaders, Elon Musk. It's like it's never really been about the money. Money is like a result of the hard work. That's something that I'm learning. I love this part too, practicing self-compassion. Be kind to yourself when things don't go as planned. Recognize that everyone makes mistakes and that these experiences are a part of the learning process. As you start taking on bigger risks, bigger goals and stuff like that, it's really, really important to be compassionate towards yourself. Recognize that, like, hey man, we're going to make mistakes. I know I've made quite a few. And it's important to be kind to yourself. And I don't think a lot of people do that. I think they really beat themselves up. I know I do. And I don't like it when I do that to myself. I know a lot of people like to give me their input, their 2 cents, but lately I don't even care. I don't even pay attention to that. I used to, it used to be about the haters and stuff like that. But now it's like, you know what, I'm so focused on my business and improving and growing that it's really important to be gentle and kind to myself. And like I said, recognizing where you came from and the hard work, but being compassionate. Like, believe me, guys, there's days when I don't feel my best. I feel like I'm not developing habits that I need to. But at the end of the day, I try to remind myself that I'm not perfect and that I have a lot of room to grow. And that's the key. And it is about enjoying the journey. I know there's a lot of talk about, like, it's the destination and not the journey. But for me, it's one day at a time, especially with PTSD from combat. I'm learning that, like, the journey is just as important. And life is a journey. Like, I think it is. Destinations are great. I know Grant Cardone talks a lot about this. It's he likes destinations and stuff like that. And I get that. Believe me, brother, I'm goal oriented as well. For me, though, with my PTSD and all my nightmares and trauma, like, it's really important that I focus on today and work on those things, in order to keep up that growth mindset. Because if I'm not my best, my business doesn't grow. And I know we could go into that very much, but I still think it's important to focus on the journey. It's in front of you, just like in the Marine Corps, one foot at a time, one step in front of the other. And sometimes you're not always sprinting. Sometimes you got to just, take it slow. Take it slow and steady sometimes. It's very true. So remember, every setback is merely a stepping stone on the path to success. I think that's true as well. You can't go through life not expecting to get hit. And I know I've had my fair share of punches to the face, but I don't beat myself up after it. I just keep on focusing on learning and improving and getting myself in a good mindset. So that's it, everybody. That's what I have for you. That's how I would go about winning in life. I hope this helped you out. I encourage you to watch some more of my videos and to click any of the links in the description that you find valuable. Just keep pushing. You can do it. I believe in you.